Yeah, let's go. Let's have fun. Good luck.
We have more questions. Guys, my name is Bernadette from TV Sports. My question is about the amateur category. Since the ATPC is introducing the amateur category for the very first time, I want to know, does your federation have an amateur level team? And how important is that expansion to developing the sport in your country?
Sorry, can you repeat the question again?
Yeah, my question is about the amateur category.
Yes.
Since the amateur category for the very first time. So I want to know, does your federation have an amateur level team? And how important is that expansion to develop the Canada sport in your country? I think the question is more on.
Yeah, so I think that it's a great addition to the tournament this year. You know, we give the opportunity to a lot of federations and countries to bring in people and have this amazing experience. Thailand itself, we were talking about having an amateur team as well, but I think that with the time, with the cost, and everything, we weren't able to consolidate a team for that. But I think that, you know, if we have the opportunity, we could definitely field an amateur team as well.
And also, I want to ask, how do you see the Asia Pacific paddle community growing in the next 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, I think it's a great series, and well, I've been playing sports since the last 30 years. I might look 19, but I'm 34. But I always think that sports is it's always uniting people and communities together. I've always been a great believer of this. And I made friends with this young gentleman in an ice bath when he was reading a book. And I was like, dude, what are you doing in an ice bath? And while I'm next to him shivering in the other top. But I think with the help of these sports and food series like Asia Cup, we are able to unite and grow together with the same agenda of developing the future of players and giving them an opportunity to grow their careers as well. And I think Padel has been a great addition for all the countries. And I would say definitely for Pakistan because in our community, tennis was the next best alternative for, the first alternative for paddle players. But now these paddle players are shaping up their careers and they're making 10 times more money than they were making in tennis. So I think these competitions, these clubs are really doing very good for the youth and what we have for the future.
Yeah, and if I can just add to that, when you're looking at the growth of just simply for Asia Pacific Paddle Cup, like for year one, it was a tiny room where we possibly did a press conference, and we're at a point where I don't think I can count how many cameras we have. So, it just shows what the growth's going like. And I think all of us, all the countries, we've been a bit, we've joined the sport at a later stage, but I think you can say organically, be it Europe, be it America, be it Asia, it's heading in the right direction. We need competitions like these, we need players coming up, more and more people being part of the sport, and we've got federations coming as well. So shout out to Philippines as well. So congratulations on finally having a federation. But I think the same trajectory that we're going to see new stakeholders and people seeing the value of paddle, right? So there's going to be more of people and ideas coming into the sport organically.
I'll just add to that. Like what most of the captains said here, that in their countries, paddle is very new. So last year we don't have Nai and Taiwan, now we're adding them in the tournament. So it just really proves that paddle is really growing in Asia. And and thank you for AGPC for adding the amateur teams. Because since it's very new in Asia, having this amateur teams or having even beginner level tournaments in the tour, it really helps how to build the sport more in the year. So it just proves that each year paddle is really fast growing in most countries, and I believe in 3 to 5 years the level of players will be really high, and maybe, I don't know, anything is possible. We can compete with the Europeans. So I really love to do this tournament because we're competitors, but it's also we're pushing each other, to raise the level higher. And someday, if paddle will be part of Olympics, I hope everyone here can be part of it.
Since you mentioned the Olympics, I want to ask, where do you see your country in that conversation? Since you've mentioned the Olympics level and the growth of paddle in Asia Pacific, I want to know your reaction and where do you see your country in that conversation or in that level?
Well, if you heard in the interview earlier, paddle will be part of Asian Games. So I think that's closer to Olympics. So it's really how the sport is growing all around the world. So if we continue doing this, I believe that very soon we will be part of Olympics.
And my last question, what message would you like to share with the Philippine paddle community since the paddle here in the Olympics is still growing and the enthusiasm of the fans? To Sir Alex.
No, firstly, thank you for having us. It's really good to be here at Philippines. We're all excited to be here, but it's putting a benchmark to what such kind of competitions can be. But like they said, I think even though we're competitions to one another, I think we're all an ally, right? We're an ally in the terms of paddle in Asia. So it's good to see everyone united. And just thank you for having us and thank you for hosting us.
The enthusiasm and your message to Philippine paddle community.
I would like everyone to come and watch. I think it will be a very nice tournament. The atmosphere is great. I think for me it's the best event for the year. I'm going a lot of events. I think the NBC is always special and unique because the players feel a lot in the match and the team atmosphere is amazing. So I think I invite all the community to come. I think they will get extra motivation after watching all these amazing players competing.
Thank you.